Hello, welcome to the first episode of my podcast. Now, it's a little bit weird saying that because it's happened after 2 years I've been thinking about doing this. Anyways, so welcome to the footy podcast. I'll be talking about, obviously my passion for the game, drawing cats, talk about the past matches, suspensions, and might even have a few discussion videos. So let's go through it. So about my footy journey, obviously I'm from Geelong, 22. I want to play football next year, so that's definitely a goal of mine. Played for South Barwon, played also for Belmont Lions, and footy umpired for about 160 odd games, about probably 7 or 8 grand finals. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for my footy career. I was not the greatest. I was about probably I played a couple games on the wing, but I also played forward pocket and centre half bench. So centre half bench was pretty regularly I should say. But yeah, so let's talk about why I'm a Geelong supporter. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I mean, it's a few years old. I think it's nearly 3 years now. But yeah, footy, I don't know, just got into a Geelong Guernseyan family like you're a Geelong supporter. So I guess it's family connections and stuff. But yeah, managed to get some work placement in at the Cats in 2019. So that was pretty cool. Cool experience as well, meeting all the players and that. So, all right, let's talk about the past matches. So we had obviously Melbourne winning by 43 points against Richmond. To be honest, I did not watch that game at all. I fell asleep, so I can't really comment. The drawn game, Essendon and Collingwood. Now, should we have extra time? Absolutely not. We just need to leave the game as it is. And yeah, they had opportunities to score. Brody Mychek kicked not two goals. He had 2 opportunities and he kicked 2 on the 4. So Collingwood did have their chances, so did Essendon. Just leave the game as it is. It was an exciting game of football. I did fall asleep during 15 minutes of the third term, so I don't really remember much of that. But I remember the last quarter easily. But yeah, it was a really good game, good tight tussle. Jamie Elliott mark of the year. Like, just give him the car or Wheat Bix already, because he's already won it. The next game was obviously the Giants and Brisbane. Now, Brisbane have a lot of issues in their forward line. Now, Eric Hipwood, I've said this, is the most overrated forward in the competition until he starts improving. And obviously his role's a lot different to Joe Danaher's. There's no doubt about that. But, he just couldn't catch a cold out there. He couldn't even mark a ball out there. Yes, it's a lot harder than what it is. I don't know what's going on at Brisbane. They went from grand finals to probably not even going to make it. But yet again, as a Cats fan, we know all about that. So we got Port Adelaide and St Kilda. St Kilda fans are complaining about having a few free kicks to 20 something. But the free kick count doesn't really matter. Let's be honest. St Kilda had plenty of opportunities, and Jack Higgins, 3 weeks is it? Suspension, which is deservedly so. I will talk about that later. Obviously, Adelaide had a good win against North Melbourne by 57 points. I did not watch that game at all, so I can't comment on it, but it just looked like they were just too good, and there's so much wrong that's going at North Melbourne. If you want to watch my video about North Melbourne, you can. Now, this game between the Cats and the Blues, great game of football. Obviously, Geelong, 33 points it went to, and then they were within 8 points Carlton. So, bit of scary times there, and then we just managed to hold on and desert with the mark. Obviously, people saying the umpiring was questionable and stuff, which I agree, both sides. But when you've got a few players like SDK, De Koning, absolutely being pulverised by Charlie Curnow in that last term, and no free kick was there. It was just called play on. So I don't know. And Jezza being held, and they were both holding, but then the umpire goes free kick, defender. So defenders don't get many free kicks. Game just I haven't really been to many 4:35 games at the MCG and didn't get home till like 10 o'clock at night or something like that. So, yeah, but yeah, it was a good game. Good game of football. Cats just controlled controlled the game, even though the stats do not say anything like that. They won everything, Carlton. The inside 50s. We had 45 inside 50s for 28, 27 scoring shots to Carlton 30 scoring shots. They had plenty of opportunities from 66 inside 50s. And the next game is we've got Fremantle Bulldogs. Now, obviously, I didn't watch this game because I was driving home, but yeah, I don't know. Fremantle won by 4 goals. Bulldogs, I thought they were going to switch on and yeah, play better football, but obviously not. So I watched a little bit of this game. Gold Coast Suns versus Eagles. Now I tipped Eagles. I had to go with my original decision because sometimes I think last year it was like 30 times that I changed my tip, and the team that I changed my tip to originally won. So I've just stuck with that game plan. Not working out too well for me though. But yeah, Gold Coast seemed to have control, and they were just playing some really good football. They're a young side as well. So is West Coast, even though they've got quite a few veteran players still. But yeah, they should be up and about, and they're playing some better football. West Coast. So we got obviously Hawthorn versus Sydney. Now I thought this game was going to be like a Hawthorn win. It just felt like, and the time slot and stuff, it just felt like Hawthorn could take control, but obviously they didn't, and they weren't that good. And Sam Mitchell has been blasted, so you'd expect Hawthorn to somehow win this week. Alright, let's have a look at the match review panel. Now I'm going off my phone on this, so here we go. So Chol lashed out at Gordon, and so a free kick was being paid. So it's graded low. The strike was obviously intentional, and low impact and high contact, drawing a 1-game suspension. And then you've obviously got the Jack Higgins. Let's talk about the Jack Higgins suspension. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying, especially Saints fans, Scoops and a few other people are calling it rubbish. But unless you've ever been in that situation, you should not be able to really comment, because it is a scary situation to be in when you think about it. Like, you've got no control whatsoever what's about to happen. Like, yes, he was holding the ball, but you just didn't need to slam his head into the ground and concuss. I thought the AFL were just going to go, 1 match suspension, that's it. They went 3. They went double what I expected, and good on the AFL, because concussions are brutal, and we need to scrap it out of the game, because we're going to have touch football in like 10, 15 years if this keeps happening, because it's becoming a bit of a joke. Now, I had a concussion probably about a month ago now, so I know exactly how it feels. I'm still slowly recovering from it, but yeah, it's never a nice feeling, concussions, and I've had 10. So umpired with 2 concussions, and played cricket with a couple of concussions, football with a couple of concussions. So just day-to-day life concussions as well. So I've had pretty bad luck with concussions. But yeah, we just need to stamp it out of the game. It's not obviously not that easy, because he's 19 kilos lighter, but at the same time, he didn't need to drive his head into the ground. He could have pinned his arms, and Ollie had tried to kick the ball, and people saying he should have protected himself. With what? What else was he meant to do? I don't know, elbow him or something? Or was he meant to, I don't know, magically go clap clap and then he stood up? I just don't know what else he could have done, and it's a scary situation to be in, because you don't know what's going to happen. Like, legit, like, you get slammed into the turf and then you're really dizzy or you feel really ill. And I have delayed concussion, so I don't feel ill for about a day after. So, and yeah, just people have different reactions to the concussions and stuff. So I hope Aaliyah is doing right. The match review panel is obviously doing their job, but the tribunal are not doing their job. We're not looking after the players at all. And Brad Crouch, he got suspended for one game? Was it 1 or 2? I can't remember. But yeah, I think the game is going a little bit too soft in a way, but this is what I mean. Obviously, we're talking about going for the ball. We're not talking about head concussions and swing tackles. Like, swing tackles need to be 2 weeks minimum suspensions. I've said what I said. So the players, going for the ball, and only some of them gone only half-hearted at it. The other people are going like 100% at the ball. And the people who are trying to go 100%, maybe the people who are trying to go half-hard at it needs to step out of the contest, because they're the ones that are going to get hurt, because they're not going 100% at the ball. Like, they're just trying to get a free kick out of it. So that's pretty much how it is. But yeah, that's just, I don't know, just something about this needs to happen. Like, you can't, it's just, I don't know, the game's just become too soft, and it's very frustrating, and I don't know how to word it properly, and I'm trying to, but my brain's like, yeah, no, not today. So next one is, should we start fining umpires? Now, this is a tricky one, because obviously they don't get paid as much. Like, they could get paid, 80k a year? And obviously they do have another job, but like, obviously their livelihood, they've got to pay bills and stuff. But yeah, it just needs to happen. I feel like you just need to start finding umpires. Not much, not like $10,000. Maybe start with like $100, $20, not $20, but $100 to $300 fines instead of like 2,000. But yeah, that's just my point of view. Obviously the umpires do get dropped, and I feel like the goal umpires really, really need to crack down on making their own decisions, because the amount of times the game's gone on for over 5 minutes because of score reviews and stuff like that. It's just, if you're there legit right on the spot, make your own call. Otherwise, they can always review it. Every goal is reviewed, apparently. But yeah, that's just my point of view. Obviously, sling tackles. So let's go over the ladder so far. So obviously, Geelong 7-0. Awesome start by the Cats. Sydney, obviously 6-1. They've only dropped one game, and I'm pretty sure that was against Melbourne, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, GWS, they've had a good start. Obviously 6-1. They only dropped a game to Carlton last week, or the week before, I should say. Melbourne rounds out the top 4. Now, the teams that need to work on is North Melbourne. Now, North Melbourne, let's be real, they've got really no chance. They've got another 10 years of rebuild ahead of them, if that, maybe even 20 years. They're just, I don't know, something about them's off. And obviously, Clarko said he's in for the long haul, but at the same time, that's just, yeah, nothing's gone right for them at all. They've signed a few good players, though. Obviously, Tristan Xerri is signed on, and they still need LDU, Luke Uniac, but I don't think he'll be playing for North next year. I feel like he's just going to drag it out and go free agency, which is not a bad option, but he'd get more money at North than really any other team. So we've got Hawthorn in 17th. That's just crazy to think about. I thought they were going to improve under Sam Mitchell, but they've gone backwards from the Clarko days. They've gone way backwards. So I don't know what's going on with them. Sam Mitchell's got a little bit of arrogance about him, but at the same time, he was a champion player. But this is a coach, though. So I don't know what's going to go down. Are they going to sack him? They won't sack him, but are they going to sack him after 2 more years? Who knows? They're just, I don't know. something's not working. Their forward line though is pretty good, but their midfield is still young and still developing, so it might take a few years. But at least get its games in the young ones, as I say young ones, as they're pretty much my age, which is quite funny. So Richmond, I thought Richmond were going to have a better start to the year, but yeah, they tried to do like a Geelong rebuild. They tried to do a Geelong rebuild, but that didn't really work out too well, did it? West Coast are improving a lot, and I need to start watching more West Coast games, but it's hard because they're on different times, and obviously I'm busy, and yeah, I really want to watch a few West Coast games this year, and especially this week I will. They look exciting to watch, and especially with Harley Reid, like he's a gun, he really is, and people were comparing him to different players and stuff, but I'm just like, just calm down the comparisons, because at the end of the day, he's only played 6 games. Let's just relax. Let's judge him after 2 to 5. 5 years. Let's judge him after 5 years before we say anything. And then you've obviously got people comparing Nick Dacos to Gary Ablett Jr. I'm like, yes, yeah, he's had a better start than Gary Ablett Jr., but like, let's compare him after he's played 350 games. Like Dacos does, he's an incredible player. Do not get me wrong, but at the same time, he just, I don't know, he just gets the cheap balls, the ones and twos, but he is a backline sort of player. But he has roamed midfield for, I'm pretty sure, most of this year. I haven't really watched many Collingwood games, so I can't really say anything about it. But yeah, it's interesting to see, the comparisons and stuff. But yeah, all right. So I'm just pretty much rambling on. So let's talk about the future of this channel. So this channel, obviously, this is going on. This is my 4th year, technically. 2021 June, 2022, 2023, 2024. So 4 years it's been on the channel, nearly. So it's been quite a journey. Obviously, the views haven't been as consistent as I've wanted it to be, but at the same time, I have enjoyed my journey, and yeah, so I don't really care about the numbers too much this year. Last year I did, because I was like, I really want to obviously, move out of home, which I have, pretty exciting, and yeah, so I just wanted to make some money on it, but now I'm just like, if I make money on it, even if it's $1, I'll be stoked. $1 would be like $1 million to me, like, no joke. But yeah, it's just a fun little hobby that I have. Obviously, I don't have any income on it so far, but yeah, I want to come up with a few different ideas of videos, because I don't want to be similar. I don't want to make like tier makers or anything like that, or do weekly vlogs, because my life, I'm going to be honest, my life is not interesting at all. So I'm not going to do weekly vlogs or anything like that unless I have a very exciting week. But I might do a house tour. I'm thinking about doing a house tour, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. See how that goes. Sort of like an MTV sort of intro. That'd be quite funny. But yeah, no, I've enjoyed been here for over a month now, a month and nearly a week. So it's insane, really. I've really enjoyed my time living at home now, and yeah, got my own space. Can just chill, can cook. Cooking's the easiest part. Obviously, the housework and stuff is probably the hardest part, because sometimes I don't have time, or sometimes I'm just really tired, just want to sleep. So yeah, but it has been fun. I do need a new mic, so that's my YouTube equipment that I really do need. Maybe have like a green screen, which I do. I bought it, but it was like it's a sheet of green. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna put it up. But yeah, I'm working on my content. I'm really trying my best with thumbnails. It is hard to do thumbnails sometimes, and I don't know how to be creative. But yeah, so I'm sort of talking about the future of the channel. Obviously, I don't think I'll be doing any live streams, unless I guess Geelong are playing and I'm available or I'm free to do the live stream, because I just don't know. I get like 90 views, 90 people. That's still a lot of people. Do not get me wrong, but like nobody really comments or says much in the comments. So it's like, but yeah, it's like 90 people. Don't get me wrong, that's a lot of people. But people seem to be not interested in my live stream, so I am a bit boring. So I must admit though. But yeah, so plenty of interesting comments I have gotten. And also, I want some new, fresh idea content. Now, this video podcast will just be about discussion-based videos about the whole week, the review, and obviously what I've got planned and stuff. So, if this is something you want to watch and keep watching, I don't know, in the background of your homework or in the car, I don't really know. Some people might have YouTube Premium. I do. But yeah, it's just something that have been wanting to do for the last 2 years, 3 years, but I've never really got around it. So yeah, I always got a bit nervous around it, but yeah, I'm really enjoying my YouTube time though. Obviously the views again isn't what I hope for someone who has 661 subscribers. But it is what it is. I can't control people. Imagine that, controlling people. Everyone watches your videos, you get millions of views. Nah, no seriousness though. Yeah, it is what it is. I can't really complain. But yeah, this is just a fun little podcast that I might do for like half an hour. I'm just honestly rambling on, to be honest. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the games this week. Obviously, you got Carlton, Collingwood. Now, I won't be going to that game because that's going to be sold out, and that's going to be a lot of Carlton and Collingwood fans. So I'd rather stay at home, honestly. But obviously, you've got a game on Thursday, which is obviously the showdown. That's going to be a cracking game to watch. And then obviously you've got the Battle of the Bridge. What a round of football we have. We've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 rivalries this round. We may as well call it rivalry round, to be honest. And then obviously you've got Sydney and GWS, the Battle of the Bridge. That should be a cracking game. And then you've got St Kilda North Melbourne. And then I'll be going to the 7:30 MCG game between Melbourne, and Geelong. Now, obviously, I'm really looking forward to this game. Like, this is going to be a big test. No Dangerfield, but Tommy Stewart replaces Danger. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be a really good battle of defences because both sides are one of the best defences in the comp. And yeah, it's going to be a really big challenge, especially with our younger midfielders. Obviously, hopefully Jai Clark has a go, because Geelong VFL side beat Carlton's VFL side by 101 points last Saturday, so that was insane. And then obviously you got the West Coast and Essendon game. That should be a fun game to have a look at in the highlights. Yes, and then you've also got Richmond Freo. Now, this gives me 2017 vibes when David Mundy kicked the goal after the siren against Richmond. Sorry, Richmond fans, but you did win the flag that year. And then obviously you got Western Bulldogs Hawthorn. This is the type of game that Hawthorn would win. I said that last week and they lost by nearly 10 goals. So, but yeah, Western Bulldogs going okay. They're going okay. And then obviously you got Brisbane and Gold Coast. That should be a very interesting game. And yeah, Brisbane haven't won a game at their home deck this year. They're 0-3. That's insane. But they've won pretty much everywhere else. So I don't know. I'm thinking of going gather round next year. Now I'm not sure yet. I probably might not. I don't know yet. We shall see. But yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, I've watched a few videos on the gather rounds and stuff, and yeah, it seemed like they had a lot of fun, and yeah, it's good to see. But yeah, this podcast. Thanks so much for watching. I just rambling on. Obviously, let me know how you think of this video if you've watched this stuff thus far, I should say. My English sometimes does not want to work, and my voice box goes, yeah, no, not today. Anyways, that is the video. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, which will be a Wednesday. AFL 23 video will be out. Peace.